Hey, worship team. Hope you guys are doing well today. This is your update video. There's something floating in the air. This is your update video for Monday, September 21st, 2020. Should cue a little earth, wind, and fire right now, but I'll save you from such a cheesy joke. Okay, I've got several updates I want to run through here today. I'll do this as quick as possible just to make the most of your time. First off, if you saw my special announcement update video last Thursday, you know that we have some new service times coming our way in the month of October. Starting October 3rd, we are going to reintroduce Saturday night service. Now, that is going to be just for the month of October and just for the first 4 full weekends in October. So it'll be the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and I believe the 24th after that. We will not have a Saturday night service on October 31st. So just the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th. Now, I'm trying to make this as simple and as streamlined as possible. And so for the personnel for those services, we're going to keep the band really small. If I've already reached out to you about playing, then you know you're playing. If I've not reached out to you, then you don't have to worry about the Saturday night services. Same thing serving behind the scenes. We have one audio engineer who's going to take care of all of those services. And then the projection team, I've talked to you guys, you traditional Saturday guys, about going back to Saturday for the month of October. Those of you projectionists serving on Sunday mornings, I'm going to have you guys do all 3 services on Sunday mornings, the 9, the 10:30, and the 12 o'clock p.m. service. And those who are doing audio, have you guys do the same. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go into any further detail. If you're missing any information, just go back to last Thursday's video that came out. You can find it on the Facebook page. Of course, I sent it out through email, and you can find it on our YouTube channel. Just go to the FBMWorship COVID-19 update playlist that is on the FBMWorship YouTube channel. Second thing, I mentioned October 31st, that Saturday, we will not have a service that evening. The reason for that is we're going to be doing TrunkFest. If you caught yesterday's service, you saw Isaiah's promo about that during the welcome spot. TrunkFest, of course, this year is going to look a little different. It's going to be a drive-through TrunkFest, but we still do have opportunities to serve if you want to decorate a vehicle, or if you want to help with donating candy. Just reach out to me, respond to this. You can comment below. You can reach out via email, whatever works best for you, and I'll get you connected however necessary there. Speaking of service times, I wanted to give you a heads up on Christmas Eve this year. Just like everything else, Christmas Eve, we're going to have to adjust for how we're doing things, but it's not going to be a huge adjustment. Let me tell you what we're thinking. We will do our traditional 3 services on Christmas Eve. That's Thursday, December 24th this year. Those will be 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 5 o'clock p.m. for the service times. We will probably look at doing a rehearsal before Christmas Eve. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to look like right now. We'll kind of have to see how things unfold this winter. And of course, we'll always keep you in the loop here on the weekly update videos and through all the other platforms with which we communicate with you. Now, to maximize the room and make as many opportunities as possible for people to attend Christmas Eve services, we are going to be introducing 2 new service times the day before Christmas Eve, Wednesday, December 23rd. We are going to do our Christmas Eve service just like you're going to see on the 24th at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, December 23rd. What's likely going to happen is the band setup for that is going to be kind of like we did during quarantine, and then kind of like we did for the Sunday afternoon services once we came back live. We'll use the staff band and try to fill out those services. That's what we're kind of thinking about. We know Christmas is a busy time for everyone, and we want you to be involved and yet still have enough time to spend time with family and friends during that season. It's kind of what we're kicking around. I'll keep you in the loop as we finalize ideas coming into Christmas, but main thing is look at, if you know right now you're absolutely not going to be available for Christmas Eve, go ahead and get in your blockout dates. That said, I want as many of you to participate as possible. It's always a meaningful evening, and it's always just a special way to usher in Christmas morning. Next, starting the weekend of October 3rd and 4th, we begin a brand new series called The Evil One. That's going to run for 4 weeks through the month of October. The last weekend, if you tuned into yesterday's service, you kind of saw a rundown of what Tom's planning as far as series. The weekend of the 31st and the 1st, we'll do a message leading up to the election on politics and how to be engaged as a Christian in politics. Following that will be Missions Weekend. That's the weekend of November 7th and 8th. And then we'll have a 2-week series on the end times, Lord's Supper, and then we will be into the Christmas series at that point, wrapping up the end of 2020. Hard to believe we're quickly leaving this year in our rearview mirror. And the final thing today, I want to talk about bringing the full team back to the weekend services. I had a conversation with Dennis yesterday about bringing the full horn section back. And so if you remember the horn section and you're watching this, we're no longer going to be splitting you guys up into 2 different groups. You all are invited to come back and play every single weekend, and we're excited to have you back in the rotation. So we'll drop all of your names in the planning center, and if you can respond letting us know which weekends you're going to be there and which weekends you're not able to, that would be great. That's really helpful from a planning standpoint. Also, with the camera team, we're ready to reintroduce the roaming camera to the weekend services. And so if you've been in that position and you've not kept up your blockout dates, go ahead and go into the planning center and put in your blockout dates. I'd like to get that position started here, either if not this coming weekend, the next weekend, and just get everybody worked back in. We're still going to limit the number of people in the booth, and so I'm not going to schedule a separate switcher and a PTZ operator for now, as I would like to keep the number of people who are actually in enclosed, confined spaces as limited as possible. But everyone else, I'm ready to get you plugged back in and get back to even more of a normal than we've been experiencing these past several weeks. Now, having said that, I know there are a few of you who are still on the sidelines who haven't been back to a service. Part of that's my fault. We've been operating in a bit of a week-to-week mode since there was so much uncertainty for such a long time. But now that we're to more of a stable position, I want to get those of you who haven't been plugged in, plugged back in. So if that's you, if you haven't been plugged into a service and you want to get back up and going and back serving again, just respond to this video. You can comment below. You can send me an email. You can text me, whatever works best for you. Just let me know, and I will get you back plugged in again and up and going. And having said that, as we continue to experiment with service times and try to figure out what the new normal is going to look like for us, I want to continue growing our teams and building our teams. It takes a lot of people to carry the burden of the weekend services. And we have needs right now in our backstage team. We have needs in our projection team, on our camera team, of course. One of the things we're looking at when we remodel the worship center is adding in a second hard cam. I know we had this years ago, then had that camera go down, and we would like to get an identical camera to camera 1 back up and going, so that we can up the production value and make stage changes a lot easier and just give a wider number of shots for the director. But this takes extra hands on deck. This takes folks willing to serve and to give of their time and their talent. So if you've been disengaged for a while, let me invite you. Come back. Re-engage. Use your time, use your gift to help build the kingdom, to help continue spreading the good news of Jesus Christ across the world. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I apologize that this was a longer video, but just a lot of updates this week, a lot of things coming your way. If you have any questions, comment below, hit me up via email. Hope you guys have a great week.